Okay, we are live here with our team chat. This is September 8th, and it is our first team chat of the fourth quarter. And I'm super excited to be getting these team chats started again. We kind of took a break over the summer because it was kind of crazy. Everybody's schedule was a little bit insane, and so we had taken a little bit of a break. So now we're back and we're ready to roll through the end of this year. And I have some pretty cool things up my sleeve that I'm really excited about. And so I wanted to just start off with a couple little announcements for stuff that's coming up this month. As you guys know, I posted and I sent everyone an email. Some people didn't get it, so I went ahead and pinned it to the page. So if you did not get an email about the fourth quarter mentor program, go ahead and log into our Facebook page and check the pinned post because you'll see it there, all the same information. But I am starting a mentorship program that will be going through from now through the end of this year. And this is something I'm super, super excited about. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I just didn't really know where to start. And so I finally feel like I have some good direction, and I think this is going to be very beneficial for everyone involved, including myself, to really just focus on our business and make some things happen in this fourth quarter. And one of the reasons why I'm so excited about the timing of it is that I know from past experience, when we push through the last few months of a year, the first quarter, we're basically setting ourselves up for maximum growth in the first quarter of the next year. And I've seen this play out over and over in my own business, and I've heard other coaches say the same thing. But, the efforts that we put in now today are going to pay off 30, 60, 90, 120, 6 months later, right? That's just how it works. And so you get the ball rolling now and you push as hard as you can through this time of year where, honestly, a lot of people take it easy. We have the holidays coming up. We have a lot of family stuff going on, and I totally get all of that. But what I'm asking from the people who participate in this program is that we push through anyway, okay? So I'm going to give you some days off for the holidays, but we're not taking weeks, okay, guys? We're going to push, and it's going to be awesome because so many other coaches are going to be sitting back on their haunches. We're not. We're going to be running, and when January comes, I promise you, if you do this, your business is going to have so much growth. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see that happen. I think so many times, and we're going to be talking about vision today, but I think so many times, we wait until a little late to set goals for certain things. So for instance, I'm thinking of Summit. A lot of times I'll hear coaches, or even I have myself, wait till April to set a goal that I want to hit for Summit, which is in only 2 months later. That's too late. That's way too late. Okay. So if you're planning on going to Summit next year and you have a big goal for maybe walking across the stage, maybe you want to be a 2-star diamond coach, maybe you want to be a premier coach, you want to earn your right to walk across the stage at Summit or to be recognized at Summit, you have to start pushing now. You cannot wait until next year. If you do, you'll be too late. It won't happen. So I'm really excited about this group because I feel like we're going to see a lot of results from it. And that's really my goal, is to see results. And so, yeah, I'm excited. The deadline for enrolling in the program is the 12th. That's this coming Monday. So there's 4 days left to get the questionnaire completed and sent back to me. And then I will send you some information on how to sign up for a time slot for one-on-one mentorship. This program I'm doing is going to have some phases. So each month we're going to change it up a little bit, how we're doing it, but it's going to be really fun. So again, the deadline for that is 9/12. So I have sent the questionnaire to quite a few coaches, and I have, as of right now, I have 6 people that have sent it back to me. So yay, that's exciting. But there's about 7 or 8 people that haven't sent it back to me. So if that's you, don't wait. Send it back, okay? That's important. The next thing I wanted to just reiterate is that our weekly team calls are going to be starting back up again. Today's the first one. It's going to be Thursdays at 11 a.m. That's Pacific Standard Time. So if you're watching this recording, please mark that on your calendar. If at all possible, if you can hop on live, I promise you it's the same information, but you're going to have a different, it will impact you differently when you show up live. It's just the way things are. When you're live, I don't know, it must be a psychological thing, but it's different. So if you can at all, hop on live. I know it's the middle of the day, but do your best. The third thing I wanted to kind of remind everybody is Super Saturday. I know it's like a month and a half away, but I'm trying my best to stay on top of reminding everybody about this because I truly believe in the power of events. Beachbody events have made such a difference in my business, especially it just seems like they come, once a quarter, and it seems like they always come at the perfect moment for me where maybe I'm a little discouraged or I'm feeling a little down or I feel stuck. Like we all have those times when we're struggling, and a Beachbody Super Saturday or a Summit or a Platinum Edge or whatever local things, the coaches around you are doing, go to those things. Really seriously go. It will help you. It will benefit you. And, it's just an hour, 2 hours out of your day, once a quarter to attend, and it's totally worth it. So start now and, plan on, it's October 29th is the next one. Plan to attend. And if you check in your Beachbody online office, look under events and you can click on Super Saturday, and that's where you'll find a listing of events near you. And they do it on a map now, so it's kind of cool. You can kind of like find the one that's closest to you much easier than it used to be. So definitely put that on your calendar. Highly recommend it. Okay, so that's all I had for announcements. So I want to talk a little bit today, and like I said in the beginning, I don't think I'm going to talk very long, but that don't hold me to that because sometimes I just get going. But I'm going to talk a little bit today about casting a vision for where you want to see your business go in the next 4 months. And I've decided to do this once a quarter because, we usually do it at the beginning of the year. But I feel like, at least for me, and maybe I'm the only one, but at least for me, I do these vision boards and I, set goals for the year, but it's really easy to forget and to get off track. And if we're not constantly reminding ourselves of where we want to go, and if we're not constantly realigning and setting our compass again in the right direction when we get off track, if you get off track in April and you're not resetting until January, there's a problem. So I wanted to do this again for each quarter. So starting this month, I would like everyone to create a vision board of where you see your business going. And this is short term, okay? So for the next 4 months, where do you want to go with your business? Where do you want your income to go? How many people do you want to help transform their lives? How many coaches do you want to bring onto your team? And a lot of this, is about reverse engineering your goals. So, if you have a goal of making a certain amount of money, what I recommend is take your current rank and understand how much you make per cycle. Okay, so this is just real quick here. For Emerald coaches, you make $14 per cycle. For Ruby, it's $16, and for Diamond, it's $18. Okay, if you want to make, say, $250 a week by the end of the year, so $1,000 a month by the end of the year, you need to reverse engineer that and understand how many cycles do you need to be reaching in order to make that kind of money. Does that make sense to everybody? So just doing a little bit of math and figuring out how many times I need to cycle, and understanding that our business cycles are based on our coaches that we sign up underneath us. So coaching, obviously, inviting to coaching is huge. And we're going to be talking about that more, especially if you're in our mentorship program, but within our team calls too. So I'm not going to go over that right now, but just understand that if you have an income goal at all, you're going to need to be inviting to coaching. And so, just think about those things, like where you want to go with your business. and cast that vision, put it out on a board, get into a magazine, I don't know, figure out how you want to do it. For me, honestly, I just write it out. I don't need pictures. I just, write down my goals. But write down those goals, and then every day remind yourself, read it, start your day, your business day, start your power hour by reading off those goals, because it's going to refocus you and, just provide that extra accountability for yourself to remind yourself, like, this is what I want. And it's not going to happen if I don't do these activities today, right? Because I think sometimes that's where, like, we get off track. We have these big goals, like, oh, I want to, reach these certain income goals or whatever, but we don't associate it to the activity that we need to do in order to reach it. And the activity is where it's at. Like, if you don't do the work, it's not going to happen. It doesn't happen by magic. It happens by good old-fashioned hard work. And that's something that I think everybody understands, but we need to remind ourselves sometimes. So I'll tell you my vision for our team for the next 4 months. I want to see some people earning, and it's to me, this next quarter is all about financial freedom. It's all about results. And I know I said that this last month I've been focused, like since July, I've been focused on getting results for myself, my own body, like my physical fitness journey, for the challengers that I sign up into my groups, refocusing on my challengers and making sure that I'm not just selling a challenge pack. I'm not just selling Shakeology and then just letting them go. I'm going to be there for them like I promised I would, like actually be a coach and pour myself as much as I can into these people, because I want them to end the group. I want them to end that program. I want them to finish it. I want them to go the whole 60 days and be able to look back and see, wow, like I took on this challenge that I didn't think I could do and I did it. You know what I'm saying? That's how, like, when I look back at the beginning of my business, I was so focused on people, and it was all people, people, people. And I'll be honest with you guys, and I'm telling you this because it's easy to happen. When you get focused on the business side of coaching, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that these are all people. It's not a Success Club point. That's a person that's attached to that point, right? And when we lose sight of that, you might still be hitting Success Club, and you might still be, rocking it out. You might be getting Success Club 10 every month, but you're not going to go very far with your business, because people, relationships is what counts. And if you wanted to grow your team of coaches, the best way to do that is by getting people results. Because I know, like, for me, the only reason I became a coach was because of the results I got with P90X. If I hadn't had that two rounds of P90X under my belt, heck no would I have ever joined an MLM. Never, ever. Okay. That was like a dirty word to me. MLM, like, ugh, icky. I don't want to do that. The only reason I did it is because of the results I got. And the only reason I stuck with it is because of the results I had. Okay. So focusing on that, if you want to grow your team of coaches and you want them to be solid and you want them to be like go-getters and you want them to have a passion for it, they first have to get it for themselves. And in the beginning of my business, I was drawing my coaches mainly from my challenge groups. That's where I was getting them, because they were people that had gone through the programs and they were getting results. So my vision for the next 4 months is result driven. Okay. I want to see within my challengers, I want to see results. I want to see people losing weight, right? I want to be able to say, like, hey, check this out. We just ended our 30 days, our 30 health bet, right? And I've got these people that have lost 10, 15 pounds in this last month. That's amazing. That's what I want. I want to see results within our team. I want to see coaches who are earning money. So I sent you guys the questionnaire and for the mentorship program, and on it I asked you, like, what are you averaging on your weekly paycheck? I want to see you double and triple that amount, okay, over the next few months. I want to see incomes growing, because I know when my income grows, it's because I'm helping more people, and it's really a ripple effect. And so I want you guys to think about this for a second. anyone who's watching this video, or here we have Laura and Monica are here live with me. You guys would not be here if I hadn't have signed up 4 years ago as a coach, right? You wouldn't be. Monica, you're like 4 generations below me. You're not my personally sponsored coach, right? I signed up my husband signed up Amanda signed up Candace signed up Monica. Okay, so there's multiple generations there separating us, but it still goes back to me. Okay, and then let's step back even a little bit further. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Christine Dwyer, who 9 years ago signed up as a coach. Okay, I want us to have that kind of broad impact. I want you to be on a call, your own team call, and be able to look and see, man, I got people on here that are 5, 6 generations down below me that are here on this call that I can directly say I had an impact, even though I'm not the one who invited them. I'm not the one who helped them get their physical fitness results. I'm not the one who invited them to become a coach, but they're still here because of me. That's an amazing feeling, you guys. It's amazing feeling because you know you are having this like really widespread effect, positive effect on so many people that you could never reach alone. That's the beauty of growing a team. And when that happens, the income results will come too. So talking about driving results, and I want to set up, this is like my theme for the next month. How many have heard the story of the starfish? So there's this little boy, right? He's walking down the shore and this old man is walking behind him and he notices him. He's just keeps bending down and picking up a starfish and throwing them back into the water. And the man asked the boy, like, what are you doing? And he said, oh, I'm helping these starfish. They're going to die. The sun's coming up. The tide's going out. They're stuck on the beach. They're going to die. And the man says, well, look, there's thousands of them down this beach. There's no way that you can make a difference. There's too many. And the little boy bends down, picks up one, throws it back, and says, well, I made a difference for that one. That's the drive and passion that I want to go into this fourth quarter with. Knowing that for each person I reach out to, for each coach I help, for each challenger I help, for each time that I send a text message because I'm paying attention and I see that a challenger is dropped off the grid, and I text them and say, hey, where are you at? What are you doing? Remember your goals, right? Each time I message somebody in the mentor program who gave me permission to hold themselves accountable, and I say, hey, like, what's going on? What are you doing? I'm helping someone. I'm going to make a difference in somebody else's life. And I really, I want us all to approach this quarter that way. For every PV point that you get, every Success Club point that you get, that's a person. That's a little starfish that you're helping. You know, I mean, I remember what it felt like to be 50 pounds overweight, and not just overweight, but have all of the emotional baggage that I carried around with me for months and years of my life, like horrible feelings about my self-worth and, you know, who I was as a person. And I remember what it felt like to be there, and it's not fun. And I know that I have an impact on somebody else to pull them out of that. And so that's what I want to do. All of this is going to require getting a little uncomfortable. Okay. It's going to require getting out of our box, and I'm talking to myself too, okay? But getting out of our box and getting past the fears. And my husband and I were talking about this morning, talking about fear of rejection, fear of failure. I'm so beyond talking about fears, okay? Because I have this belief, and it's not backed up by any science, but I believe this, that we have all been given the same amount of fear. We all have fear of rejection. We all have fear of failure. I don't care who you are, you're going to have fear of both of those things. Every single person. What is important is what's the magic sauce that takes someone past the fear and into the action that's going to bring the result. right? What's the difference between somebody who says, okay, we both have the same amount of fear, but this person says, I don't really care. I'm going to go past it. I'm going to push past it. And I'm going to do this action, even though I am afraid, right? And then other people never leave the baseline, right? Where's that? What's the catalyst that pushes us? What's the catalyst that makes us go beyond the fear? That's what we have to tap into. And I believe that is two things. It's believing in who we are, believing in what we're doing, and that we actually have an impact and we have the potential to make a change for somebody else, like big enough. You know what I'm saying? Like if I know my potential for bringing change to somebody's life is big enough that's going to change their life for the better. That's a huge push for me to get beyond my own fear, because I want to help them and I care about them more than I care about myself. And then the second thing is just believing in yourself, right? And then pushing past and I got sidetracked. The second thing is your why. Okay, so understanding, having a motivation that is bigger than the fear. And I like this analogy. I'm going to share this with you guys and then I'm done. But think of yourself like hiking through the woods, right? You're hiking through the woods, you're all by yourself, and you see a bear coming at you. What are you going to do? Run, right? Or play dead. I don't know. But you're going to get out of that situation, right? I don't want a bear eating me, okay? But now let's change the scenario. You're walking through the woods with your kids or your neighbor or somebody, a friend, and you see a bear coming and the bear is going after your friend. What are you going to do? The impetus to run away is much, much smaller, right? When you know that this bear is going after somebody you love, right? You're going to try to figure out how to stop it. So my point is, have a motivation that's bigger than your fear. And that's the beauty and the value of your why. If you can tap into why you want to do this, whether it's because you want to help other people, you want to make a difference, or whether it's something about you, something about yourself, you know, that maybe it's as simple as, and this is something that, seriously, it's all so individual. Like I can't tell you what your why is. You can't tell me what mine is. But maybe it's something as simple as saying, you know what? I have literally lived my entire life never accomplishing anything that I wanted to accomplish. I have coasted through my whole life and I'm done. I don't want to end my life, you know, the way this last 30 years has gone. I want my life from here on out to be different. And, you know, whatever it is, though, that is your motivation and your why, it has to be something that is so deep. And I've been talking to people about their whys this week, but I think sometimes it's hard for us to pinpoint what it is, because if we admit it to ourselves that this is something I really want, and this is something that means so much to me that, you know, it's big enough to make me push through those things that are really scary. When we admit it to ourselves, now we're responsible, right? It's much easier to go through your life without ever really acknowledging what you really want out of life. It's much easier to bury that because once we admit it, we're responsible for making it happen, because now I don't want to live without this, right? Like I don't want to go the rest of my life without making this happen. So make it a non-negotiable. And the only way to do that is by really, truly uncovering what it is that drives you. And like I said, you know, even if it's as simple as, hey, I've never really taken on a challenge that I really wanted to do and done it, because I've always let myself been, you know, held back. And I want to prove to myself that I can actually do this. I can do this. And I believe 100% in every person on our team. I really do. I believe we all have power, so much untapped power to just do amazing things. And this business is not hard. It's hard work, but the work isn't hard, if that makes any sense. It's effort, you know, it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy. it's effort and it's consistency, and it's being consistent even in the times when you feel like, you might be paddling upstream and it's just not going very far. There's a lot of stuff happening under the surface, but being consistent and not giving up, that's what it's all about. And just doing those daily activities. Well, it's not hard, but it's totally doable. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this fourth quarter. So that's all I really had to say. I'm going to unmute the line. And then, like I said, if anybody has anything you'd like to comment or contribute, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, you guys are unmuted.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, Sana.
I just logged in and, toward the end. So.
It's okay. It's okay. It's good to see you. So we're talking about vision casting. When I post the recording, you can go back and watch the beginning because I have a little assignment for everybody. But anyway, does anybody have anything you'd like to say about this fourth quarter? What you're excited about?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I started the thing that you asked. So, that we talked about Tuesday.
Your schedule?
Yeah. So, yesterday I just did I went for a play date and I need a new mom. So at that lady that I met yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But the Power of 3, I used it. So I started filling them out.
Good. Oh, good job.
I'm really excited about that.
Good job.
Yeah. So,
when you have a plan, and this is something like, you guys, like, I am not an organized person naturally at all. I'm not. And it takes effort for me to be organized. But being organized is something that I feel is, like, absolutely crucial to your business. And I'll tell you why. Because when I do get organized and when I have my chart out and I know what I'm going to do when I sit down for my business activities, it happens because I have a plan, right? And then it makes me feel in control. And I love that feeling. I love feeling in control. I don't like being super organized, but I love feeling in control. And being organized makes me feel in control. So it's like, if you guys have read that book, Change Anything, one of the skills they teach you is how to love what you hate. And that is a skill that I have applied it to, like, every area of my life. But that's how I'm learning how to love being organized, because it makes me feel in control. And I like feeling in control. So, and that applies to so many things. Like, I talk about that skill all the time. So you guys have probably already heard all my little things. But, if you are afraid to invite people, or you're scared, or maybe you just don't enjoy inviting people because it makes you uncomfortable, it pushes you out of your comfort zone, let me give you a little bit of perspective, okay? And the reason why I pick inviting is because I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with. But you want to learn how to love inviting. What you have to think about is, if this person says yes to me when I invite them to my challenge group, they say, yes, Mary, I'm ready to do it. Set me up with a challenge pack. Let's do this. And then in 30 days, they've lost 15 pounds and they're on fire and they're commenting they're posting on their Facebook wall, and they've got people that are just excited. And then you approach them and you say, hey, like, you would make an amazing coach. Do you want to coach? And they say, yes, I want to coach. And then they sign up to be a coach. How are you going to feel? You're going to feel awesome. You're going to feel so excited. And helping somebody get their business started, helping somebody lose weight, helping somebody change their life, that is a thrill. It is so exciting. But it will never happen if you don't invite them. So link that back to the invite. I'm not just inviting this person to buy a challenge pack. I am inviting this person to change their life. And when they change their life, I'm going to feel amazing. They're going to feel amazing too, but I'm going to feel really awesome. And so that's how, like, if there's anything in your life that you just don't like, figure out, if I do this, what's the result going to be? And is the result something that's, that I love? Because that's, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, that was a total side jog.
Yes, I know. I mean, I kind of feel what you're saying because Joey on our challenge tracker, oh my goodness, he's like commenting and like liking every post, and he show up every day and responding to everything going on. And I'm like, oh my
That's
so it also pushed me to show up more too, because I know it's because he sees me showing up, and I guess Alex too, because he's the guy figure for him, so it kind of helps him. So it really makes me feel so good. Yeah, but so I still need to work on that inviting thing too, as you're saying, but I feel happy. You say hi, Krista.
You being shy? Anybody else want to chime in? Anything, any questions about anything that's happening, any struggles, anything that we can talk about? Oh, I always put everybody on the spot. You guys should get used to this. All right, you don't have to say anything. All right, well, I just want to end this chat by saying I'm really, really excited. And for all of those who signed up for the mentor program, you guys be prepared, because we're going to bring the heat. It's going to be awesome. And I have plans, and it's going to be really awesome. It's going to take work, and it's going to take, I think the most important thing really with anything related to coaching is that we learn to trust the process and not look for results, but look for the fact that I'm showing up every day and I'm doing these daily activities that I know are going to bring results eventually, but I'm not going for the result. I'm going for the activity. I'm going for the consistency in the activity. So like Sana showed her power hour chart, I can look at on Friday, I can look back and I can see Monday through Thursday, I showed up and all of these little spots are filled in. I know I did my part. That's what I think is, you can learn to do that, shift your mind from results to the process. Your business is really going to grow. I think too often I see coaches quit too early. They give up on themselves, month 2 or month 3, when gosh, if you just push, it's like weight loss, like people tend to quit 2 to 3 weeks in, right? They get past the excitement of it and it turns into a routine, and the routine just kills the mojo. We're just like, boring. And they quit, when if they just held on another week or 2 weeks, then they see like, oh my God, I lost 7 pounds. What the heck? And then they become self-motivated through the results, right? That's what we have to do with our business. We have to trust the process, just like we trust the process with P90X, or we trust the process with, any of our programs, Beachbody programs. We have to trust the process with coaching too, and understand it's not an overnight thing. It's not going to happen overnight. It happens when we're consistent. We show up every day. All right. Well, thanks for helping out with me, you guys. I'm glad that we were able to chat, and I will post this recording as soon as it's up and running in the team page. And one more reminder, for the deadline for our mentorship enrollment is Monday. So if you haven't sent back the questionnaire, make sure you get on that, because you don't want to miss out. All right, you guys, love you. Hope you have an awesome day. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.